morning, everybody. I'm your favorite sports analyst, Jamar McKill with
James Derwitz.
and y'all finna get served with J&J Sports episode 35. Man, it's a blessing to be here. As y'all can see, we're in a new studio. Thank God, man. How you feel, James?
I feel fantastic. I'm happy to be here. For sure.
Oh man, it's always a dope thing. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get right into it. You already know how we get into it, man. We got a lot of good topics for y'all. The first things up, we gotta cover, James. Ryan Garcia, he takes down August Duarte over the weekend. Did you see that fight, man?
I did. Yeah, that was a pretty rough one for Duarte for sure.
Yeah, the battle lasted for a minute, but Garcia, he was able to take care of business when needed. Kind of just to get into our topic, man. The first question: do you think that Garcia's strategy was to get Duarte tired from taking his hits? Because as we kind of look in the fight, I kind of seen his strategy at the end. He was taking a lot of those hits from him just to kind of, okay, you're tired now. I'm finna hit you with the fast ones.
He absorbed a lot of punishment there.
Yeah,
and I don't. Maybe that was his plan all along. I know he had mentioned like a quick quote from him. He told ESPN he just had to slow his momentum down. He was building momentum, and he was like, I just got to cut this off somehow. And he said he hit him with some hard shots, and he just kept coming.
Oh man, did he hit him with some hard shots? It was crazy. I think he did, and the key to give good hits, you got to take some, and that came from Floyd. No, but I think he did with this one. If we kind of just go into Garcia's pros, he had great finishes. He had some pretty good finishes. This was definitely a redemption fight from what I seen from Davis. He had good movement throughout the fight. He was moving a lot. He wasn't standing when he was in the corner. He was moving out the corner. So, that's pretty good. And then he's knowing when to get out of the corner, because you don't want to be in the corner too long. So, but he had a couple cons too. He wasn't blocking. He doesn't. I don't think he really has a good blocking game, James. He left too many open looks that Duarte could have took advantage of, but he didn't. It was a lot of,
Is that a weakness of Garcia's?
Yeah,
you think?
I would
and
have
do you think he can work on it and get stronger?
He definitely could work on it. He should, because you got to think about it. A fighter that has that experience and knows how to block, and if he sees that he's not blocking, they're gonna take advantage. He can get hurt really bad. So I think he should definitely, look into that. But since it was Duarte and he kind of wasn't fighting, like getting them haymakers to him and really looking, he kind of just, letting the rounds pass by. That's what I think.
For the end of the match there, do you feel like Duarte could have kept on fighting, or do you think it was over at that point? Because he had mentioned he felt the count out was unfair and that he was able to keep on fighting.
I feel like, yeah, he could have kept lasted a few more rounds.
So
it was kind of surprising to me the way he fell down and stuff. Like, he kind of like Garcia just been hitting him all those rounds, but it really wasn't the case. It kind of just like it was the 8th round and he hit him with a fast one, and all the energy just kind of just went down.
And it was over at that point.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily a safety issue as much as it was Garcia had won the fight.
Yeah, right. I thought he was going to get back up, honestly. But in the last con, I would say for Garcia, man, he was hugging way too much, man. I don't know what. I think you think he was kind of scared a little bit, or was he trying to kind of just waste time?
That was interesting that he was getting so physical and getting up so close.
Yeah.
His trainer, Derek James, he was ESPN's 2022 Trainer of the Year.
Yeah.
He had mentioned you need to start using your legs a little bit, and it's going to open up a shot. He said it literally did just that.
Yeah.
So after a little bit of suggestion from his trainer, he was able to figure it out there.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, way too much hugging. I feel like Duarte kind of got irritated when he was hugging him that much. He's like, all right, man, like, what we doing? But the second question, man, do you feel as though Garcia earned this win, or did Duarte kind of give him this fight? Because like we said, it didn't seem like Duarte gave his 100% in this fight. He kind of just was going through the motions, looked like to me. And I'm pretty sure he fought better fights than with Garcia. So like, do you feel like he Garcia earned it, or it was more like, okay, I kind of let you have this?
I think Garcia earned it for sure, especially because of how brutal the fight was
Yeah.
leading up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
But like with Duarte, for example, do you believe maybe he wasn't taking the fight as seriously or like putting as much effort in because
Yeah,
it's Garcia?
that's the vibe that I got. I don't feel like he gave his 100% in this fight. I feel like it was kind of like through the motions. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you some hard ones. I feel like Garcia was hugging him so much he really didn't really get into a rhythm, with Garcia. So yeah, I don't. I would say a little bit of both, honestly, for me. I feel like the Roddy kind of gave him this fight, but Garcia did it. He did pretty good though, from what I seen from his previous fight. So.
Yeah, he had mentioned Garcia had mentioned about his new coach. He said it's their first fight together, and that they're going to build off this to get better,
Mm.
and that he's committed to becoming a world champion. And I think that's pretty interesting because this is kind of a departure from his words a few weeks ago about Shakur Stevenson, where he was saying, "Who cares about titles?" And I think when we talked about this a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
we both knew it wasn't true.
Yeah.
He wants the title.
Yeah, definitely wants the title.
I think he's going to win one pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean he keeps winning and he keeps applying himself. The only thing, like we said, the blocking, get a good blocking strategy going, he'll be good. But before we get into the last question, man, let's do the highlight play of the game. That mean right hook Garcia gave the Roddy in the 8th round to knock him down. I mean, did you see that?
Yeah, that was one of the definitive moments of the fight, right?
Yeah,
there.
cause like he hit like that was like okay, it's time to end things. Like
He was done playing with them, and
yeah, man, that was a good hit. That was definitely a good hit. It was real quick, but he kind of fell down a little bit after the fact. It wasn't like he hit him and he fell straight down. It was kind of like he was on the ropes and then he fell down. But yeah, it was a great hit by him. And the final question, man, should Ryan Garcia rematch Gervonta Davis for redemption? Why or why not?
I think they should rematch. If not just for redemption, but for the entertainment value. I mean, it was a great fight,
Yeah.
and it was enjoyable to watch. So bring on a rematch. That would be wonderful.
I would say, yeah, I think he needs to too. I feel like maybe this fight he wasn't prepared for with Gervonta Davis' power and everything, and since he's studying him and he was like, okay, I'm gonna get my blocking game right. I'm gonna come back. We gonna do a big one, So yeah, I think they should definitely rematch too. I agree with you. Y'all let us know what y'all think about Ryan Garcia, man, and if they should rematch, please put it in the comments. Get us a like. But we're gonna get into our next topic. We ain't gonna